Job verse 12. It is a fire that burns to destruction. It would have uprooted my harvest. This is Christian realistic gamer. So I guess for this video, I'm gonna guess maybe rekindle some of my the old flames from the past, and I think I'm gonna try making another video about The Witcher. Well, from Geeks Under Grace. Uh, Review The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt PC from Morris Pogue. Okay, let's see here. So, like, it talks about how it has like a content warning. Uh, Prepare to experience the feeling of wanting to wash your ears with soap every after every encounter with a low-ranking soldier, thug, and bandit, or learn 12th century phallic euphemisms when passing by strumpets on the streets of Novigrad, or cringe at the numerous scoundrels' threats upon some damsel's maidenhead. It also shows violence. Uh, there's violence. There's torture. There's talks about some really dark, mature sexual themes. Uh, there's alcohol, drug use. Uh, what else is there? I guess pagans. There's the Gwent collecting cards. It shows about war. War is hell. Well, it talks about the morality, but it doesn't really have too much Christian references in this one. Here's something from Reddit Christianity. I think this actually was one of my old posts from a long time ago. It says, "What do you, as a Christian, think about the Witcher series? Is there any biblical lessons in here? Why do you like it? Thanks, God bless." And so this person says, made the quote, "Evil is evil, lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference. The degree is arbitrary, the definition is blurred. If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all." Uh, Basically talking about like the lesser of two evils. This one talks about how there's two different swords, a silver and a steel one, which they both use to slay a monster, representing that humans can be monsters just as much as the monsters are. Some videos on They're on my alt tech platforms. They're called Exposing the Darkness, usually in fantasy series. Uh, yeah, I'll just maybe play a little bit from it.
Hey, did you forget something at the bearskin store? We just wanted to let you know that we reserved your bearskin hoodie 3.0 for you.
The purpose: to discern evil fantasy from series, showcase darkness in content, highlights specific aspects from game. This stuff is actual demonic, satanic. Sorcery and so-called gods are the pathway to hell. There is vile pagan themes too.
Okay, so I guess these videos are just religious stuff, just on the highest kind of evil stuff. Okay, that's good. It's just really uncomfortable kind of things. It's not the best thing. This is where their church, you know, going and just burning someone alive. It's pretty uncomfortable.
No evil can survive the holy fire. The holy fire in lions burns and cleanses. Behold the flame of grace and mercy. Special fire for you, freak. Nice, slow burning.
Okay, so like in this example, so this is supposed to be set like in year 1200 or something, alternative world. They have their own kind of a church. I guess they call it the Eternal Fire. It's supposed to be on some levels based off of the Catholic Church, but it also shows them in the worst negative light, because that's what most atheists view the church as: is people that would burn what they call quote unquote inhumans with fire. And this is always the kind of stuff they would use to represent Christianity.
You beg for mercy in all the voices known to you.
Let's see here.
Now, young lady, to bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few witches' signs.
He has
Let's start
different
with
wheel of different.
I'm too old for this shit.
I'm not sure what they call them, cantrips or whatever.
Siri, Gwen is sometimes called the
kind of
witch's
magic
shield.
powers or something.
Now watch carefully to see why. Ask Igni, Geralt. I want to see sparks fly.
Yeah, 5 different things.
If not for the Gwen sign, have we laid this burden? A minute of your time, please. No,
So,
Willis, I beg you. I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
But again, he's kind of like a
I've
lawful
told
good.
you,
Like gold swords are supposed to be depicted.
We will
as
help you
good guys and
rebuild
all,
once reinforcements
but it
come.
shows him being like
The supplies have been ordered. Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found him. The forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree. Here, found me as... Damn it, you'll never learn. Military Codex, Article 2, Section 3. For the delivery of defective goods, 15 lashes with a knout. Make it so. Oh, no! By the gods, no!
Oh yeah, they talk about the whole quote unquote gods or whatever, the whole paganism things. They're not really ever shown. They're shown to be kind of like a deism. They just don't care about anyone or anything.
What happened to the lilies?
Took
them down. Took them down to hang a golden sun there now.
It's pretty dark. It's pretty uncomfortable.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come and burn the tavern down. Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore? I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart. You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog, said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods, and you Do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son twice as much into the bear, and you don't fear the god's wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt! Leave me be!
Recognize this medallion. You know what it means. Back off. You all right?
They say witches steal young'uns. That's true. What the Emperor promised you, freaks? Your own land, like he did the elves once.
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere. And neither are you.
They won't back down now. And I can see that.
Here. Okay, so like, it's just, I feel like this probably is my biggest complaint. Obviously, you know, there's the same things that I generally would criticize in most content, like, you know, the sorcery and everything. But it's just like, you see how like they're hanging these people on this tree, like how people are just, it shows the absolute worst in humanity. It's dark, it's cold, it's morally gray, it's brutal. It's just people are hateful. There's no love, and this is one of my biggest complaints. I didn't actually show any action or maybe as far as I know. Yeah, she was looking
The gentleman. The what? In that? Cut it. What's bit up and on the.
I guess just pay money.
I don't 100% disagree with this. That most are twisted versions of God's creation. They exist because they were created.
One step more and you'll gain a new hole in your head, Dwan. What do you seek here? Speak! Set your weapon aside. You've killed enough humans already.
No, I have not. At least one.
Okay, so I guess that's what I said. I made this video, I think it shows May 18th, 2023. So I started kind of working on this a little bit. I took it off my main YouTube and I put it on my alt tech. This one, it's called like Bit and then Shoot. It's kind of like a classic version of YouTube. Yeah, so my opinion generally is that it's not like an evil thing or anything that like fantasy races exist. It's not their fault really that they exist or they were created and born. Like the elves and the dwarves and the orcs or whatever. Or like the humanoid creatures. I don't know. Some of this stuff is kind of gray. Just get this artwork.
Mass grave. Now, coils. They burn well.
So yeah, I originally had them on my YouTube. I just put them on my alt deck. I think I called them Exposing the Darkness. They were a Christian discernment ministry. I just I had some level of conflict, so I decided I would just put them on the alt tech instead of the main channel for a while. What did I say? So originally, I wanted to make a walkthrough of the game. I was going to try to remove a lot of the darkness in it and just try to like make it kind of Christianized, but I just decided I was just going to shut down that production. I got about halfway through, and I was just like, it's just not worth it. Like if you want to watch a walkthrough, just you can go find someone else, or you can go play it yourself. There might be a Christian out there somewhere. It's highly unlikely though, but I'm fine with talking about it a little bit. So here, what did I say? Pre-game disclaimer. There is a lot of evil, I guess I call it like quote unquote evil fantasy or dark fantasy, I guess is the technical term. Be wise. Remember, this isn't real. God is real. I will probably minimize excessive anti-Christianity stuff, plus put a more emphasis on highlighting biblical themes. Let's have fun.
Miss, cows are wheezing. One rise.
Some questions. You must answer them.
Louder. Miss, cows are...
So, originally I was kind of thinking I might kind of like... I tried to paint it in a very negative light. That's why I call it Exposing the Darkness. I don't know. I've got pretty mixed, neutral, middle ground, kind of like gray area. I made it like in green or whatever. Trying to make it a little more spooky, but...
Cows are wheezing. One rise.
I don't know if I always spoke. Let's see here. Some demonic, satanic stuff. I don't necessarily hate this game, but there is evil within. To discern, worship God only.
Do I look like a dairymaid to you? No, miss, but you know things. 'Tis our last cow. None other left in the village.
Rest died of hunger. Or soldiers let him off. Oh, we're as good as dead without her.
I shall give you herbs. Mix them with water drawn from the spring at midnight, then make the cow drink them. But first, you must clean out your barn thoroughly. Is that clear?
Thank you, miss. 1,000 thanks.
Enough. I've had my fill for the day. Go home.
Okay. Look, I know this is kind of supposed to be like dark, but it is. It also kind of looking back, it almost makes me laugh. But that scene is so it's actually kind of funny to me in a little bit though, because let's see here, because it like shows like like an actual witch, and people are like this is kind of like the old biblical times of how people thought witchcraft was, like how they had like cows and there's some blood on the udders or something, and they thought it was like witchcraft, and they're kind of mocking them a little bit.
She's in a foul mood. We'd best come back on the morrow.
Watch what you say. She's quick to ire, apt to take revenge.
A pentagram in chalk. Don't often see baubles like this in Villain. Powerful aura. Must be some artifact or... So this is where she disappeared to. Well, nice.
I was wondering how long it would take you, Geralt. I'm upstairs. Don't be shy. Greetings, Witcher.
I said hooker. which
Bella Glad.
sucks so much.
Ready. Follow me. Come on. Come on.
Damn portals. Where Kira is now. What was that? An illusion?
No. A morphotic projection.
What projection?
Something akin to a post box for mages. Much safer than an ordinary letter, which anyone can intercept en route to its recipient.
Swallow.
It worked. Come.
Sure it's safe.
Of course. The Elven Mage prepared this passage for Ciri. Come on now. What is this?
The white frost. Mage from the hunt summoned it. Can you see all those cracks it's blowing through?
They're too far. We must get closer. I shall shield us with Demetia Crest's surge. Stand at my side. Darian and I.
What's with this wall?
It's an illusion. I sensed it as well. I expected we might run into such things, so I brought this.
Some kind of a
Meaning what?
The Eye of Nahalani. It dispels illusions. Easy enough to build, so you're welcome to this one. It's bound to come in handy. And each time it does, you will think of me.
It's like a magic lamp. Whatever, paganism.
You were expecting me.
Aye, as the bones declared I should. They shall come whose stench is rape and death, but the wolf shall disperse them, the white wolf. And thus he comes. Omens never lie.
Recognize this? Made of spruce wood, strong smell of juniper, designed to protect someone.
It's just some really uncomfortable dark stuff.
Freshly cut spruce sprinkled with goat's blood, then tempered with an incense of earth, smoke and juniper. For Anna, to protect her.
You make the amulet?
I'm sure 'twas the Pella. Blood. We need blood. Should never have taken it off. Not a thing more of blood. We need blood. A living being.
Well, in that scene, it shows you basically just mistreating
Fine.
that animal.
Be right back.
I probably shouldn't repeat the words. It's pretty offensive swear words, but in this one, they just take some living blood from an animal and they perform some sacrifice and stuff. It just gives me what's it called, the
Will this do?
This stuff is really disgusting. If this all just wasn't the animal stuff, then you would probably be right. Okay, maybe neutral. Okay, I looked at this. It's exposing the darkness. You gotta show it for what it is. I wanted to show more than just try. It's one thing that it's safe. What if it's super to kill some of that?
There is blood. Blood, flesh and blood. Whose? No, come on. Touch the child.
It's some
Aye, not Anna.
white chocolate.
It was the omens told me.
Great, so I can be sure it's true.
The omens need not your faith to be true. It is you who needs the omens to lead you to truth. Greetings, sorceress.
Greetings, Brandon.
Yeah,
I didn't expect you to bring company.
You know, it's like she got like her boobs sticking out.
Triss, you told this man you're a sorceress.
Of course. She was looking for work. That's her chief asset.
Are you, Triss?
I know it was reckless, but competition's stiff here. No one would hire me if I claimed to be a common rag catcher.
More importantly, no one would believe such a beauty could be an exterminator of rodents.
The job's done. Geralt, those are...
I know who they are, Triss.
My friends begged me to notify them if I encountered a mage, sorceress, what have you. Didn't have the heart to refuse.
It's a trap, Geralt.
This stank from the start. Let's agree your friends were never here. Now pay the rest and let's part in peace.
You don't set the terms, mutant.
Stay out of it. We're here for the witch.
We're inseparable, see? Afraid you'll have to take us both.
Geralt!
If you say so.
Alright, we've talked. Do what you gotta. Just remember, I can't help but get in your way.
A dream in here.
Never witnessed a seance like this before, let alone participated.
I will guide you.
Dream magic. I'm not sure.
You must first achieve a kind of mental accord. I must ask some questions. You must answer them. It's important you're truthful. Answer from your heart.
Manipulate. Like in the Bible.
Your gift. Tell me how it works.
It's hard to describe.
God grants.
To start with, I must gain an understanding of the bond between the person and the object I'm to dream about. I ask questions, try to flesh out feelings, emotions. Truth is essential in this. And though most who come to me acknowledge you have this woman.
What for?
Do as I...
Cows are wheezing. One rise.
Okay, well, you know, I'm kind of glad I didn't make that walkthrough anymore. So is this still recording? Yeah. Let's see here. And here's one from the Gwent game. Just highlighted a handful of things.
Hey, did you forget something at the bearskin store? We just wanted to let you know that we reserved your bearskin hoodie 3.0 for you.
Okay, here's a Thronebreaker. Now, I do like the card game. I mean, there's some stuff I like about these worlds. And obviously, they're kind of realistic. But there's also a lot of evil stuff too. Fantasy plus sorcery.
There's fantasy races. Sorcery plus so-called gods. Unholy creatures.
It's like you bow down into your hands and knees to some shrine or something. You ask it for help.
Gods of mercy. Whatever is this filth?
Personally, I don't think
Necrophages.
like not
Drawn here by blood's scent.
For such vile monstrosities to prowl the high roads of my realm,
has a lot of
I won't allow it.
dark
Attack!
The Lyrians entered the graveyard.
And again, it's just
Crickets chirped in its tall, windswept grass, and lush green moss covered its crumbling gravestone, until its head split into two.
I'd be most pleased.
I'm not saying that this isn't bad either. The card game's fun and all, but like,
Far be it from me to discourage you.
and like
Your
he's some
endeavour is
kind
noble,
of
no doubt.
inquisitor of their
But from what I have heard,
some religious church or
manticores
whatever.
are exceedingly dangerous beasts.
To defeat this filth alone could be a difficult task, I'll not deny. Yet try it I must. For it is what I have sworn before
Otherwise,
the
they're probably
gods.
almost impossible to see. You probably can kind of hear it, probably pretty clearly.
Sculptors of the alabaster relief of King Kelad, so beautiful even the birds would gather to admire it.
Jesus, shrew, that's queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her.
And her mare.
About our enemy's movements.
Or paint the enemy a clear picture of our own. Gascon interrupted. Nilfgaardian spies no doubt flock to this tree like flies to particularly pungent odor. Disregarding matters of status and station, Neve personally asked the travelers for the latest news. They soon transformed from terse to talkative, sharing tales of an elven bandit named Eldain, a Nilfgaardian general called Freakev who murdered.
I don't know. The Thornbreaker isn't that bad. Obviously, you don't want to be stupid either, but let's see here. Hey, here's some pictures, I guess. So it's not just an empty screen. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I mean, again, he's like The Witcher. You see that picture on the left, like Geralt. He kind of uses. I feel like it's probably like a warlock, where like you can use these quick cast abilities or the cantrips or something. It's just the game is a lot of evil in it, and it hardly ever has good. Like here's Yennefer using her some kind of magic to fight. It's a very dark. It's a brutal game. It's cold. It's hateful. Like look at that picture there. It's like just like massive amounts of sexual themes. There's lots of nudity. I think that's probably the biggest complaints is that it's just a dark world. And it also has like a massive cult following. I don't know. I think it's a Christian. You probably should stay away from it. Or if you're gonna play it, or you do watch it or something, just be really careful. Because you fight these monsters and stuff. There's a lot of cool things in it. I mean, you need to be like, pretty high guard. It's it's very, very dark. And there's really never like a refining positive light moment. Oh yeah, like the TV show, they have like full nudity. Again, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've said something about that in my other video, but it's just going through. It's kind of a beautiful game sometimes. Let's see here. But even the moments where it's beautiful, it's still just like dark beautiful. I don't know. Like the only really refining moment about the series, in my honest opinion, is let's see here. Picture about her somewhere. Is you see her name up there? She's called Ciri. Ciri's like the only, like, my opinion, probably good character in the world. She's generally kind to people, and Geralt loves her in a lot of ways. He thinks of her as his own daughter. And it's kind of in the real world at the same time. It's like an alternative world reality to ours. Like here's the DLC, Blood and Wine, and there's another one called here it is, Hearts of Stone. It's like a fairy tale story, and you got these all sorts of creatures you fight. At one point I made a video called "Should a Christian in The Witcher?" I kind of talked about some of the same things. I think I used that thumbnail right there. I might use that same thumbnail for this one just because. But yeah, it's pretty realistic world. It's also just a really dark, cruel, brutal world, and lots of pagan themes in it. I mean, it's pretty morally gray, and there's hardly ever anything positive. I mean, I probably just... Oh yeah, like it has lots of stories and quests and characters. Like it's always the most dark, negative possible themes. What else is there? Again, like they have like some Dracula creature. There's it uses some kind of like it has lots of fantastical versions of things. It has fantasy. It's kind of, again, it is kind of set in a very realistic world. It's very fleshed out. It's also regarded as like one of the best video games of all time. But again, if you do play the game, you gotta have a pretty strong conviction and discernment. Be smart, don't be stupid. It's kind of something that I generally say. What else is there? Pictures and stuff. Again, it's like lots of like macho-ness and bravery. They got magic, and it's like magic and everything. They got like sexual themes, and there is like nudity and stuff in it too. It's cool, but you gotta have some sense. I think as a Christian, I probably would just say skip it. But if you did still do it, I mean, don't become like obsessed with it or something. I probably would say it's an extremely dangerous series. It's dark, it's brutal, it's hateful, it's cruel, it's gray. I mean, there's never a refining moment. Just tons of death. There's satanic and demonic themes in it. I mean, I struggle to even say a handful of really positive, nice things about it. There's moments that make you feel a lot of things, but you rarely feel like positive, good things. Again, like a moment like Siri and Geralt, it's like the only really character in the world. And like Geralt, I think he finds Yennefer, but again, there's just there's very few refining factors about it. Well, they treat their animals like garbage. Generally, they hate people. It's just a very hateful society. Uh, it's just they have lots of like Viking and pagan themes in it. I mean, I don't know. I think I can't recommend it with a clear conscience, but you know, as I usually say, that's between God and you and God. I just want to give some tips or tricks or some wisdom to it. Again, like the items are called magic. There's magic and everything. There's sorcery and witches and witchcraft, and it's brutal. You can spend over 200 plus hours in it. Like, yeah, oh yeah, you got like these not sure what you call them. I got like demon horns there and half human, some kind of called. I'm not sure what's it called, a satyr or something, where the naked woman or something with half of a other body walks around with like her nipples out or something. And they got like fan art. Usually the women are really hot, usually half naked, and play the game long enough. Most of the good-looking women are naked at some point or another. A very adult, very dark and brutal story. Again, it just there's rarely a there's rarely anything good or loving in it. It's a cool game. It's a fun game at times, but and again, they're gonna make The Witcher 4 at some point, next 5 years or something. It'll probably come out. And here's one where he killed like 3 of these creatures or something. Again, like teaches greed, vanity, pride, just generally every sin you can imagine. Probably at one point or another is in it. Hatefulness, being vengeful, brutal, unloving. The world's cold. You're cold. lots of like posturing and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I personally think that as a Christian, you know, there probably is better uses of your time. I mean, maybe watch like go on like Gamers Little Playground or something, and like watch their game movie or something. But like, maybe be discerning, and if you feel like you really have to, I mean, you don't even have to do that either. You could just skip it all together. It's probably the best choice. And just maybe skip some of the sex scenes or the sorcery and just focus on the main story or something. But yeah, I might make another video about it. I'm not sure how much more I think off the top of my head. But basically, it's just the world's filled with spiritual darkness. And there's very little light. So I'd be extremely careful about it. Alright, thanks. God is good.